Hey, hi Karthik, can you hear us?
Yeah, hi. I can hear you. I have Kishan along with me here in office.
Okay, sure. I think we'll get started. So, welcome everyone to another meeting
Hi,
of
Karthik. Can you hear us? Yeah, hi. I can hear you.
Okay. We'll start.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so welcome everyone. So, for another meeting of Cluster API provider for IBM Cloud. We are meeting here after quite a long time now. So, yeah, let's get into it. Please feel free to update the attendees list. Okay, yeah. So last we had a last meeting on June 10th, and there have been some major commits that have been gone into the code base post that. So we'll just quickly go through those. First was adding tier 0 storage type. So this was a requirement that came uh, from a team. So we were already supporting tier 1 and tier 3, but there was a requirement that we support tier 0 as well. So since it was not there in the validation enum list, it was not supported. So we added support to have that, and that has been delivered in the code base. And when we do the next
Sorry,
release,
sorry, Prashant, sorry to interrupt. So, do we have any other tiers here, or just 0, 1, 3 are the ones for
0,
now?
yeah, 013 for now.
That's it, isn't it?
Yes, that's it. Yeah. Initially, we had just tier 1 and tier 3, but then when we were asked to add support for tier 0, we added that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so this has been delivered, and this will be when we do our next release. This will be part of that. So there was also a discussion about having a patch release, but they did not come back saying that there is a hard requirement for them right now. So we decided that whenever we do next release, they can just consume that one instead of having another patch release just for this particular feature. Yeah. Okay. Next, just a bump update to the Go SDK package. Next one, Amulya updated VPC machine image with K8s 1.3. So that was done. The image is made available in the bucket that we have, and we have already updated the version for our E2E config to use that particular version. Yeah. Yeah, this is one of the major PRs to adopt the CAPI V1 Beta 2 APIs. So Karthik is working on this one. Karthik, can you please update us on this?
Uh, yeah, sure. I think this is in the effort for adopting the V1 Beta 2 API that is coming with a new CAPI release. So with this PR, I have made changes for IBM Power VS related resources. Yeah, so this is one of the PR related to that whole effort of moving to V1 Beta 2.
Yes, yeah. And also, if you can see here, there's a restructuring also done, right? So
Uh,
they have done a restructuring of folder from having just V1 beta 1 directly under API to including something called a score in between and moving APIs under that. So all those restructuring we had to do in our provider, and yeah, Karthik has already done that, the initial part of it, doing all those changes. Yeah, a big PR, but yeah, a lot of restructuring was done here. Okay. Uh, Next up, we updated the CAPI version to 1.11 alpha release, which was done. So this was just straightforward. The initial work was already done in the to accommodate all the failures and everything, right? So we had all those things done prior to take care of that, and then we upgraded to the actual Trust API. So Karthik, the adoption of the V1 beta 2 was necessary, right? Before we actually bump. That was one
yeah.
of the right? Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because some of the utils function what you are using, they were referring to the V1 Beta 2 APIs. So we are supposed to move to that V1 Beta 2 in order to utilize the util packages. So otherwise we need to copy those utils to our repository. That's why I think this was a main requirement for us to update the version.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Straightforward update was not possible instead of this PR. So we had to do this before, and then we had to move to the CAPI version. Yeah.
But this will not change any sort of spec and all that, right? Karthik?
No, no changes in the spec.
No spec.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all the upgrade and then all that will be smooth.
Yeah.
So in that case, they
Yeah.
become progress version to this. Okay,
Yes.
fine.
Uh, yeah. Then another bump to the Go SDK and bump of Cluster API version to Alpha 1 release. Straightforward things. Then we had to do this import aliasing to align with the CAPI migration recommendation what they had suggested. Okay, let me open this. So Karthik, can you?
Yeah, I can talk about it. Maybe if you
Yeah.
can open it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we were doing in our CAPI API is that we were when we were importing the CAPI's APIs, we were used to include the version as well. If you see in the constant file, we are using cluster v1 with beta 1 and all. So instead of that, we made it as cluster v1 beta 1 for the v1 beta 1 series, and for v1 beta 2, we made it as a cluster v1. So by default, whatever the latest one we are using, that will be the cluster v1 for the CAPI releases. For IBM side, we did the same change. Infra v1 now will refer to the v1 beta 2. In future, if you have v1 beta 3 as well, it will remain as infra v1 itself. So it avoids the adding one more change to change the alias for all the files. So it will be remain same for subsequent versions as well. So that's the reason for this refactoring. So this will help us in future as well for updating any API versions as well. So that's the main goal of this PR. So yeah, in
Yes.
short, we removed that prefixes like B1, beta 1, beta 2 from the currently using versions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you'll have something like cluster V1, isn't it? Okay,
Yes,
did I?
Yes.
correct. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Cluster
Okay.
V1 will refer to the currently using version. Uh,
Got
so
it.
in future, if you want V1 beta 3, then the cluster V1 will refer to the V1 beta 3. So whatever the existing one will go to the cluster V1 beta 2. So
Okay.
that's the
But why we are still tagging to a lot of these beta one constants down in the down, right? I mean, like in the
Yeah, correct. I think so. How we have structured what the guidelines CAPI provides is that right. So currently, we are introducing V1 beta 2 packages and moving the V1 beta 1 into the deprecated fields. So they're not directly removing it. So if you describe any resources currently, the V1 beta 1 still comes under the status dot deprecated fields. So
okay,
when we update our CAPI IBM to the next release, right, then we are supposed to move these deprecated versions. So this is helpful for the conversion as well as backward compatibility. Uh, I think
okay,
they have created a document with a migration guide. So there they have given the details about this. So we followed that
and,
method.
and hopefully we are pointing that migration doc somewhere here in this PR or
Yeah, yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, I
Cool.
think you should have added.
Think it is added already here. Yes, here.
Okay.
Yeah. Next up, yeah, we updated E2E templates with V1 Beta 2 APIs. Amala, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, so there were a few, we had to update the version of this to V1 Beta 1 and also some minor changes in the fields of the spec, so which were updated post the bump of to 1.11.
Yes. Another one to verify the generation of E2E templates, right?
Yeah,
Yes. This
so
was, yeah.
yeah. So basically, once we updated to 1.11, they generate E2E templates. We are not actually verifying if they're up to date. So we missed that, and when they were deployed in the CI, right, they started failing. So this check is needed. Before this, we used to manually do this and then update, add those changes. But this will, if somehow somebody misses to generate the template, right, this check will throw an error in the CI itself when they create a PR. So this will help us with it going forward and then failing the CI and we rectifying it then. So just added the check in the generate target.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, then there were a few couple of bump years to update the packages. Then Kishan worked on bumping the Golang CI lint spec So there was some work which was done here. Yeah, Kishan.
Cool. I think basically what happened was I think with V1 and V2, and V1 was no longer maintained, and they slowly started migrating to V2, and there were updates being rolled out. So I think for the broader benefit, so I think there was a change in the template and the way how we're supposed to write down the rules for the CI linter. So I just went about with updating the template and basically other supporting changes that are required to utilize the V2 linter. So I think now we are using V2 in our project.
Yes, we are using V2. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then the few PRs related to bumping of the packages. That is fine. Yeah, again, we bumped Cappy to the Alpha 2 release, which was done for V1.11. Yeah, there were some additional changes that are required for the object references, right? So, Mulya, would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, they changed the spec with a couple of like this object reference was changed and the spec of it was changed. So this minor change, and then post that we updated the cluster templates as well.
Yes. Yeah, so the cluster templates PR committees here. Yeah.
Yeah, minor changes like API version was converted to API group, naming changes, and yeah, and also the structure of it. They are not adding V1 beta to in the API group. Somehow internally they have a mapping to what version should be used.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Then.
What happens now? This is for the deployment. So what happens is if someone tries using the old stuff with the newer Rust API controller?
Uh, older stuff means which older version? Is it infrastructure's older version or the CAPI older version?
Yeah, I mean your Capi controller and all stuff, right? I mean like your infrastructures, like the main base thing if you use it. So the spec, there's a change here.
Yeah, so this is in the latest version we have the change. If you try to do the older version as well, right? I think we have enough conversion webhooks written there, so it will take care of converting to the older version as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But Karthik, somewhere also they had said, right, when they were doing this migration to V1 Beta
Hmm.
2,
Hmm.
that they are not sure about the compatibility, right? But they hope that it will work. I think they have
Yeah,
added.
yeah. Yeah, it will work. So just to give more idea, so how they're doing it is that, for example, if new fields are introduced in V1 Beta 2 and those fields are not in V1 Beta 1, so they have a conversion webhook written and also they have a fuzzy test written for the conversion test. So it will take care of generating all the random values for all the tests. So how they're maintaining this value is that if a field is added in V1 Beta 2 and not in V1 Beta 1, they are while converting, they are adding it to the annotation of the fields. So it will be stored there. So whenever you want to revert to the new version, it will be read from the annotation, and what are the values set there, it will be set it back to the new field, so that no information lost is happening there.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So
Yeah.
it's guaranteed to work.
Yes.
Okay. And how aggressively the other providers are adopting this?
Uh, yeah, I think most of them are not. I feel. As I've checked last time, or vSphere has already done that, and the development, the Docker one we have done, and IBM is doing it. Other, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
The
We
last most of them are still trying to adopt. They have open PRs, but not very aggressively on the adoption.
yes. So Manju, we had actually, I think Karthik was also involved. We had a discussion with the Capi folks regarding this. We were exploring if we could just do with whatever we already had, right, the existing versions instead of using this V1 Beta 3. But then at the end of the discussion, we realized that they were more inclined towards like you adopt it early so that you will be better placed in future, because we were facing some issues making it work with whatever the existing APIs were there. So we decided to go more aggressive on this, shifting to this.
That's fine. I just wanted to know the overall status of this movement. So that's it. Because there's a lot of changes happening, right? I think they're just wondering how the ecosystem community is adopting it. So that was my question here.
I think
Yeah.
till 2026 they have time to move it. But I think they have 3 releases of support, I believe. That's why people are not so aggressive. But eventually they have to do in at least within next 6 months.
I think we were at least the first one who started doing the adoption there.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. So then, yeah, just update to issue template to onboard, how to onboard the new machine images. So, but issue template for that was added. Then, yeah, few of the bumps to other packages. Then we are bump the PowerVS CI machine image to 1.3.1. Yeah, this was another PR to remove the external CRUD product flag, right? That also changes the structure of our templates. Karthik, you want to take this?
Yeah, so with the new 1.33, so they're removing the cloud provider flag from the API server. So we are not supposed to use it. So adding it will cause the API server pod to restart again and again. So we eventually removed this and also updated the templates.
Yes. Mm. Yeah, then we bumped Cappy to beta version release that they had for 1.11. Yeah, again, few minor changes are required that in terms of doing the status checks, right, with the newly introduced fields. So, Amulet, do you want to add anything here?
Yeah, it was just a few minor changes again in beta, and then respective changes in the test files as well.
Yeah, I think I just add this. So if you see that PR, right, it's just people are not declaring fields as pointer and they're moving it to normal values. So they have come up with a new repository in Kubernetes called a Kube, like a Kube API linter. So what it does is it goes through all your API specs and it recommends you how the field should be declared. So it has several set of criteria and documentation. So the CAP is already started adopting it, and that's why they are making these kind of changes, avoiding unnecessary pointers and adding the required queue builder markers. So this is the intention behind these kind of API specs from the CAPI field. So even CAPI APM also for V1 Beta 3, we are planning to adopt the changes. Means we adopt the K linter. So it's another plugin linter for the Golang lint. Yeah, just more information about it.
So we need to enable that in our code base, right, for our
Yeah.
project.
Yes.
But we cannot do anything with the existing version, isn't it? Like it's only for the new version.
Means we can do it, but the linter will give on throwing warnings. So we need to either exclude them or we need to fix the API version. If we fix in the current version, it will be breaking changes, right? That's
Yeah,
why, yeah.
yeah, that's my point is, okay.
Uh, for current versions, we can add that exclude markers and ignore it. For the new version, we can start following the standard things what the community recommends.
Okay, thank you.
Mm. Yeah, post, I think, bump of 1.11. So there were some failures that we observed in the VPC CI, right? So I think these changes were related to that, to moving some of the additional fields which are no more required.
Yeah, they added linting for all of this. Like they added minimum required field as, I mean, minimum, the value of character required is 1. So we just removed the fields which are empty.
Yes. Then few other
There's some
package.
automation for that. Like, sorry, there's some.
No, Manju. Actually, what are the call I told, right? The Cube API linter. So it has various
Okay.
lints. For example,
Okay.
minimum marker linter. So what it expects is that all the fields should have the struct field should have this at least minimum set, or the
Mm.
integer field should have minimum set, like those kind of things.
But can we at least get started with that, right? So that should give us some.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm utilizing it for V1 beta 3 thing. Maybe I can create a PR and to demonstrate what are the missing types we have declared. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
create a issue also to introduce
Yes.
that here.
Yeah. I think I have created a thread long back. Maybe I'll just create the issue as well.
Yes. Few other package bumps, then yeah. This was one of the things that Amulya fixed within the VPC reconcile flow, right?
And yes. So while testing out like the API changes for VPC, for the V2 flow, the other folks introduced when I delete the cluster, it was stuck in the deletion state because they weren't removing the finalizer. So I just added that part and I fixed this logic. So the cluster was stuck in deletion state even after the deletion of all the resources. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that is fixed now.
Yeah, I mean, I think also we need to discuss about this IBM VPC V2 flow.
Yes.
So we have created a thread about it. Maybe I think post this meeting we can discuss, I believe. We have some confusion there.
Uh, So we already intimated this one, Christopher, about this.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, few other package bumps. Yeah. This was one of the major things to adopt the V1 beta 2 conditions, right, for IBM VPC cluster.
Yeah, for VPC similarly done to PowerVS. This was the VPC changes.
Yes. So we were taking one API type at a time. So
Yes.
this was the PR that was related to the IBM VPC clusters, yeah, accommodating the new changes for the conditions. Yeah.
Are these new conditions, by the way? Sorry. I just was curious to know.
They initially were just using the string there, but they changed this condition to like meta use different meta v1 dot condition type. So we just accommodated that for v1 beta 2. And once we move this v1 beta 2, I mean once we remove the deprecated ones, we can remove all the other previous strings we have. Right, Karthik?
Yeah, correct. So previously, the conditions what we're using CAPI is from the condition set in the defined in the CAPI repo. So they defined their own condition type, CAPI condition, and we were used to set that it has some fields. But now instead of using their own condition, they are moving to the upstream meta v1 dot condition. So where we have this normal string values, so we need to define these constants to use those define those upstream condition types.
Okay. I see a lot of new code being added here. So I was just wondering, if you come down, right? So I'm just curious about the control flow and all that. Okay, so there's a new state condition is been added here, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
correct. In the line number 331, right? It's a meta v1 dot conditions now. If you see line number 322, it was cluster v1 beta 1 dot yeah, yeah. Previously it was like cluster v1 beta 1 dot
Okay.
condition. This is
Mm-hmm.
defined CAPI repository. Now instead of that, we
Okay.
are using meta v1 dot condition.
Okay, I think you have added. Okay, so all right.
I think going ahead, once they remove the older references, again we'll have to do renaming, right, Karthik here?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So this will become just like a get condition and set
Yeah.
condition
Yeah.
again. So that rework we'll have to do in future.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, we bumped the VPC CI image to 1.33. It's fine. Yeah. So yeah, after moving to V2 linter, right, there was some issues that we are facing in the CI when the new PRs were coming in. So yeah, Kishan was working on the just loosening a bit the rules that were set for the existing V2. Kishan.
Yeah, so with every version of Golang CI lint, either minor or patch, they tend to bump the other linters that are associated with the main linter. So I think there were new rules that were being added. And I think the changes were not very straightforward, at least because there were associated package names that we had to rename and that involved a little bit of thinking at least. So at least for, I think this PR had been pending for a while. So at least to unblock for the moment, I think the objective was to like at least, loosen the rule so that the bump goes through, and maybe I have already created a issue that's related to, re-adding this rule back. But yeah, I think that's something that we need to take up sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. So for now, we are just yeah, excluding this kind of rule just to move ahead with the bump. Okay. Yeah, then we bumped our CAPI version to the release candidate for V1.11. Yeah, there are some changes, additional changes also done here, right? So, Amulya?
Yeah, so initially APIs, only this one change. I think API server port was a pointer variable, so they just changed it to a normal integer value. So I accommodated those changes in this PR along with other template changes. I think a couple of template changes also went in.
Yes. Yeah. So this was related to the spec, right?
Yes, yes.
Spec changes. And yeah, similar to the beta 2 conditions that were added for IBM VPC cluster, we Amelia did the same thing for the machines. So this also looks similar. We added the new V1 beta 2 conditions from the upstream meta and then accordingly integrated them into the existing workflow. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think with this, we have covered this conditioning for all the VPC types, right? API types.
Yes, VPC is done.
And VPC and Power BI both are done. Only Power BI image is pending. I think Arshad is already doing it, and the final set of review comments needs to be addressed. Once that is
Yes.
done, I think full adoption is completed.
Yes, yes, I had checked it. Yeah. Yeah. So the last PR that we the comment that I had raised was to fix Trevi security scan. So what we were seeing was that when we had bumped the Golang version in our main repo, we hadn't bumped it in the CCM repo, the Pavius from where it was coming, because it was not yet on the 1.24. So last week I bumped at the Pavius repo to 1.24 and the bump the required packages to the latest versions and got that merged there. Once post that merge, we could fix the trivial security scans here that we are facing by bumping to the latest version of Go and also using the latest commit now on the Power Cloud Controller repository. So that is done, and also we are using the GCP Docker Cloud image now that under CCM repo to use the latest Go version. So this is with 1.24.3, this image which is available right now. There is no latest image that was built post that. So once that is done, we can bump this further to be in line with whatever Golang version we are using. Okay, so yeah, I think those were all the commits that we went through. Looking at the status, I think the on the CI front, Power BI is looking good, but suddenly we are seeing some failures, so we have to debug on those. Uh, as far as VPC is concerned, VPC looks all green for all also the 1.0 and 1.11 release. For Power BI's 0.1, we are seeing this latest failure. We need to
Failed. We'll have to check on why it's failing. Yeah.
yes, but when I looked at history, it was all green now,
Yes.
but this is latest failure that you was looking at. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at 11. 11 looks more flaky right now or failing right now compared to 1.0 for the last three runs. So we need to check on this. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah. So our next milestone for 1.2.0 is September 2nd is the due date that we have. We had actually marked, I think, released as Tuesday 19th. Yeah, we'll see. Coming back to the issues, so I have added a milestone for what we want to achieve for the next release, and yeah, and also had added priority labels like which is the urgent one, which is important in long term, and which is important that we need to be done like ultimately. Yeah. So yeah, update KPIBM resources to V1 beta 2 API. So this is work in progress right now. So we are already working on this. I think some of these are already being delivered. These conditions, PRs for VPC cluster and VPC machines delivered. This PowerVS image is pending. So Karthik, once this is merged, everything is done, right? That
Yeah,
we want out of this epic. Yes,
yeah.
that is done. So once that is done, maybe we'll be in better position to do the next release. That is one of the critical targets that we had for this release. Unknown manifest. This is priority in long term. No, not much updates here, but yeah, we have to still look into this for to remove those unnecessary manifests that we are getting in the final images. Standardize the controller workflow. I think this is also work in progress. I think there are few controllers which are left to be worked upon. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I think with the image controller, I think we can should be good to close this as well.
Yeah.
So the cluster and machine is covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It was taken care in
Uh,
that adoption PR of V1 beta 2.
okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah. I'll update the links here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So once this power image is done, I think we should be able to close this one as well then. Fine. Uh, yeah, ability to support multiple server instances. So I don't see any update here. So looks like this has to be moved to next milestone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just to next. Okay. Add additional VPC infrastructure validation. So I think we discussed this with Christopher already, and he said he will take it up uh, when he has some bandwidth, right?
Yeah.
So
Correct.
I think we'll be able to do this in this milestone at least. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, tag controller created resources in cloud. So this was basically, I think there is already a PR
Uh,
that was for the
Yeah.
purpose
Yeah.
only.
So the enhancement is under review. I think in the latest one, Dharnish has raised one of the corner cases. So I added that for today's agenda as well. We need to discuss that. Apart from that, most of things are reviewed, and it's a final look into that.
No,
Okay, yeah,
consulting. Okay, so okay, in this release, we're just targeting for the enhancement
Uh,
review.
yeah. Yeah. Correct, Manju.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one case I think I wanted to discuss. Maybe I think post this, we can.
Okay, yeah. Mm, yeah. Add kube builder tags to disallow users from changing speak field values, right? So Shilpa is here. So Shilpa, any updates on this?
I think we intentionally halted this feature um, because it will be a strict validation. So given that we will be having next API version as well, right? So we can better plan in that one.
So I'll move this to the next milestone in that case.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Explore automation for image build. Yeah. So this one, Kirtana has already worked on, and she already has the code base ready and everything. The Manju, one question we had was where should we host the Ansible scripts and whatever automation she has written, right? Using which we can do the image build. Whether should we have it in the same repo or you think there will be somewhere else where you can host it?
Now we can have it in the infra repository, right? In the whatever the new test infra repository we created for IBM Cloud.
Okay, okay, understood. Yeah, in the K8 space. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I
Mm.
think then can you just update this issue? I think recently I have told her to move to CAPI IBM repository, I believe.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll tell. Yeah, I'll
yeah,
update here. Comment. Yeah, and I think yeah, this will be doable by 12 because everything is ready. Just need to put the code somewhere. Yeah.
yeah.
These were the issues that we had. Coming back to the PRs, yeah. Uh, yeah, re-added support additional gigs for this one. I'm awaiting response from Anshuman on the
Hey,
log.
Prajot, yeah, so actually I thought that I'll just add the logs when like I get more commits because I'll have to run through a whole validation phase anyways, right? After like whatever review comments I address. Anyways, there aren't really many like logs that I've added to the thing because mostly it's just the YAML that will have some differences.
But it will be better for us also once you share the actual logs of the creation and the deletion flow with this feature enabled, because that will help us in the reviews, right? Because in the past we missed few things and we had to revert this back, so I don't want
Yeah,
to take.
so in the past, the features were actually working. So fine, it's fine. I'll update those. So are there no additional like review comments aside from that?
No, aside from this, not right now. Yeah, maybe once you share the logs, we will take a look again and then we'll see. Also, you'll need to do a rebase. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yes.
You guys, do we want to do it right now? Because we just left with what, 1 or 2 weeks. Um,
Yes, 1 week, I would say, because then next week there will be.
yeah, yeah. I don't think if even if we merge it, I don't think we'll even get a chance to roll back. If you want to roll back, right? To think, see all these. So especially the new
Yes.
features and spec changes, we should always push the beginning of the release and then get enough confidence.
Yes.
Um, so can we just maybe hold it for a couple of weeks and then merge it just after this, release?
Yes, Manju, we can do that. Yeah. And anyways,
Yeah,
once
then,
it. Yeah.
yeah, then we'll get enough time for the stability and stuff, and then we'll add it the next release.
Yes. Sure. Yeah. We'll keep that in mind. Yeah. Yeah. Add one B1 beta 2 changes to IP. Yeah. So this is something that we want to merge before next release. So this is the only thing that we're pending from the standardizing the controller workflow and adopting the V1 beta 2 conditions, right? So
Okay.
Arshad is okay with that. Review is in progress. So there are some review comments that Karthik had given recently. So yeah, once all the comments and everything is addressed, I think we should be good to merge this. And yeah, I think we will be ticking off the critical items at least that we targeted for the next release. Yeah. Yeah. So that was one. Link check to Makefile. Think
Yeah. So for the this PR and the next one, I needed to actually test some stuff out on the test infra side. So I need to add a annotation or label, I think, to proud job to enable DIND. I tried to run that locally, but I was facing some problems. I'll just get some help from Amulya once. Didn't get much time to look at it after that. Yeah, I'll get some help from Amulya to test my changes out. That's
okay, fine. So yeah, I'd say this is something else also that we can ignore for this release, and maybe we'll look into this post the next release. Yeah,
No,
that
it's
we do.
fine if you can able to run this and then get the going. So I think it's fine. We can merge it. I think it will not disturb any functionality point of view, right?
Mm.
It's more for linting. I think it's fine. So
Okay.
we can merge if we fix all the review comments and if it is good to merge, we can definitely can merge these pairs. It's fine.
Okay.
These two letters and all. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was the proposal to use the tags for the Power BI cluster resources. I think there were some additional review comments that were given by Dharnish last week. So yeah, so that discussion is ongoing here. So we are still awaiting to get the final uh, draft ready for the proposal. Once that is done, I think we should be able to merge this. Yeah.
One quick thing, Prajot. So you see that one workflow pending for approval run, whatever, right? I think we need to just slowly move away from these GitHub
Okay.
actions. I think this is not helping us. So we don't expect, every time like one of the admin to approve this workflow to be run, right? I think let's explore whatever workflows we are running part of the GitHub actions to move to pro jobs.
Okay. So okay, this is coming from actions. Okay. Fine.
Manju, I think it's just the YAML lint. There's nothing else.
Oh, just the ML link? Okay, fine.
Yeah, that I'm like
That you're
working on.
working on anyways. Okay, cool.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Yeah. Still, Manju, I'll check it out later. Yeah, I'll see.
Mhm.
Tag power access resources. So I think this is parallel to that, right, Karthik? The proposal that she's working on. But I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
This will still need a lot of work, right? Post even the proposal is merged.
Correct. Yeah. So this contains some initial work done for that tagging resources. So this work we started prior creating that proposal. That later we realized that it is good to have a proposal, right? Then we halted this work and we created the proposal PR.
Okay, okay, got it. Yeah.
Guys, there's always a lot of confusion in terms of for the features, right? I think people have
Yeah.
started. I know this proposal document is always required, so I think I'm not sure. Is there something we have mentioned that strictly so that people
Uh,
are just working on that?
Yeah, Manju, I think what we thought last year was that when we create a new issue for a feature, where we have set some mandatory fields like proposal and all, and proposal and E2E, the test related fields. So from moving next onwards, this should not happen.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the issue template will itself contain the necessary steps we need to do before raising a issue PR. Sorry, feature PR.
Hopefully that is taken care already.
Yeah, yeah.
What else we had? Yeah. Multi workspace support announcement. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I think this is hard now. I think we can take this during the next version as well.
Yeah, we'll target this for the next release. That's fine. And yeah, additional infrastructure creation proposal. I don't know what Christopher is doing on that. Maybe. Yeah, we'll need to check with him again. I don't think he really have a bandwidth right now to do this. Yeah, so those the all the pull requests that we had. Yeah, there are at least 2 or 3 PRs that we are targeting before we do the next release next week somewhere. Yeah, and those are issues we covered, pull requests we covered. Yeah. Going back to the last meeting, we have few action items that we had. One was V1 beta 2 support, so we already track on that one. Uh, Setting up a Scrum meeting. So I think Karthik, you have already set up something, right, to discuss
Yeah.
with the folks who are already working on the active changes and everything to be in sync with them. PR review meeting. So we
Yeah.
have decided.
We decided to extend the Scrum meeting beyond that for time to see if there are any peer ready for reviews. So we didn't
Yes,
send any explicitly meeting invite for that. Since we have the Scrum meeting sent on every alternative Monday, so we can use that time.
yes, yeah. So, Anshuman, regarding your PR, if you could do the changes and everything, I think we can leverage this time here to do the review there itself.
Sure.
And yeah, another action item on me was to add the priority tables. So I have added those. I have tried to classify the items as which are the ones which are critical, important in long-term importance soon, so that we can accordingly take those up. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. I think CI is something that we need to look into for Power BI. Few of the failures that we are having recently for 0.11 and 0.10. Yeah. Karthik, is there anything that you wanted to cover in today's meeting?
Yeah, yeah. So the regarding the tagging resources, so I will just summarize that and I will come to the problem. So currently, while creating Power BI cluster, there are two ways. One is using the existing infrastructure and using the newly created infrastructure. So if you consider Power BI workspace as an example, you can create a cluster for existing workspace as well as a new workspace. In order to help identify this during deletion, currently we make use of status field where you have a field called controller created. So this will be set to true if your control itself creates a new resource, and it will set to false when the controller sees that there is an existing resource with a given name or ID, something like that. So we wanted to move away from this using controller created flag because of various reasons, and we wanted to support tagging. So what the intention of tagging is that whenever controller creates a new resource, it will go ahead and add a tag of a predefined format to that resource. So while deleting, what we'll do instead of looking at the controller created flag, we will make use of this tags and try to delete the resource. So the corner case, what Danish brought up is that uh, given that a controller can hang at any time, and we also have ability to give a name for a resource. Right. For example, currently the cluster one is created with say name Power BI cluster, and the resource is not exist, and the controller goes ahead and creates a resource. So it adds a tag to the resources saying that controller has created. Now what happens, the cluster is brought up, but for some reason, if the deletion does not go through or the controller is panics or something happened, user lost the cluster without deleting the resources. If someone again comes and creates another cluster with the same name, now what happens, the second cluster will see the resource with the name existing. It doesn't tag the resources, it then go ahead and use the resources, but while deleting the second cluster, whenever we try to delete, it sees the tag with the same name, and it will try to delete the cluster. So the first cluster, what user has lost, may be affected. So this is one of the edge case he has brought up. So we wanted to uh, conclude on why is this a limitation we should set, or should we tackle this scenario as well? So this is the one we want to discuss with the team.
Yeah, maybe in the second run, right, the controller,
Yeah.
let's say if user is mentioning the resources, maybe that
Yeah.
time while creating the resource itself, you can check if there is this existing tag, or maybe like you need to untag or whatever. So yeah, some level of mm, the handling can be done. I mean, code handling can be done as well
Uh,
as
Yeah, correct, Manju. But given that, so the tag format we use, right? It's like six dot cluster six dot io slash cluster API IBM Cloud slash cluster, then cluster name, and colon owned is what we thought to use for the newly created resources. So whenever a new cluster is using it, the name will be same, right? It means this scenario, of course, only when the resource name is the cluster name is same. So that time we didn't get any other way of tagging it
okay.
because we want to enforce resource reuse as well. Um, what
Right
we
now
thought
we're
is,
not tagging any. See, right now we are not tagging with anything, right? Or are we
no,
tagging?
we are using only controller created flag. So we are not tagging anything. We are depending on controller created flag. So if the controller created flag, this issue has not happened because during the second cluster creation, the controller sees that the resource already exists. It will set the controller created to false. So during deletion, since it is false, it is never going to go ahead and delete the resource. But in the case of tag, what happens? The tag remains same, right? The cluster name colon owned. So the cluster name matches the tag name. So it will go ahead and delete the cluster, sorry, the resource.
No, that I understand. The second time when you create the cluster itself, so what you need to
Yeah.
do is like maybe you need to just remove that tag if it exists. If it is a
Okay.
user supplied, then we just need to remove any of the own tag or something like that, right? Maybe that'll help you.
Uh, yeah, correct. But if the resource is already used by another cluster,
At that time we anyway any other way we cannot control. So I think we
yeah,
okay. So you mean you want to share the workspace across multiple cluster? Is that what you're trying to say?
yeah. Even today, sharing works if the cluster name is different.
Okay.
Yeah, if the cluster name is same, sharing is a problem. So what we thought we'll put this as a limitation that no two clusters should have the same name, but there is no guarantee for that as well
I
because
think let's come up with the different options and then let's discuss on the pro and cons. Karthik.
oh, okay, okay, yeah, sure. I think there's a one thing pending in this proposal. Apart from that, most of the thing we have reviewed. I think it's a review for the review as well. Maybe if you don't get time, please take a look.
Yeah, sure. I think you can set up something discussion for this separately so we can sync up on this.
Sure, sure, sure.
Okay. Any other topics anyone had? Any concerns or anything that you'd like to share?
Also with the VPC changes, Karthik, which you were mentioning, right?
Uh, yeah, Manju. Um, I think we can take post this call. Maybe.
Okay, sure. Okay.
So it was related to the proper
Uh,
handling, proper validation of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can discuss this separately. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If no more questions or anything to share, I think we can close the call. We'll be having the release sometime around next week. Hopefully, we'll be able to at least close on the pending pull requests that we have that we are targeting for this release and the issues. Yeah. Yeah. See you guys after 2 weeks. Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.